Hi everyone, Steve English here. So this is day 31 of me sharing my learnings and explaining things in English. So as I'm preparing for PL300 exam, the topic for today is review performance of measures, relationship and visuals. So we are currently at the data modeling part, and this model is going to be full of performance oriented thing in Power BI. And let's move on to the Notion. So yeah, so complex semantic models with elaborated relationship calculations and redundant data can degrade performance, report performance, impact in negative user experience. So when you have the your semantic model is very complicated, in that case, your user will experience a negative impact on your report. So that is a basic uh, motto begin this module, and we are going to see the optimizing things for uh, semantic models and identify the report performance bottlenecks. So our first aim is to see the semantic model should have the fast running query and measures. So this is going to be our first first step. So we have to make sure that our semantic model has a fast running queries and measures. And our second thing is analyze performance. So there is an option called performance analyzer in Power BI, which is a feature which will enables to troubleshoot the issue. So when you have a semantic model and you don't know the reason for its poor performance, in that case you can use the performance analyzer in your report to troubleshoot the problem. So before using the performance analyzer, you should do these steps. So one is clear visual cache. So start with the blank page so that you can start a new page. It will enable you to uh, have a good and clean environment. So that is one step, and you should do a clear data engine cache. So for that you have to again restart the Power BI, or else you can use open source platform like DAX Studio. Uh, you can go inside to DAX Studio and tell clear cache, it will clear the cache. So I will do an practical explanation here. So don't worry. And yeah, I will show now the performance analyzer and also the uh, what is it. So just a minute. Clear the data engine cache. I'm going to Power BI now, and here I have my recent project, which is analysis of good caps. So if you haven't seen my project presentation, I will give the cards here or here. You may check my recent project. And before doing performance analyzer, you should clear the engine cache, right? So we go to the external tools. So you may not have this external tools because you may not install this open source platform called DAX Studio. So if you want the DAX Studio, you can go search YouTube and learn how to install the DAX Studio. So in my case, I have the DAX Studio here, so I'm directly going into it. So it is taking some time, so it will load like this. And yeah, you will see an interface like this, and after that you can go here in the home ribbon, you can say clear cache. So it is a simple process. Here you can see the green message here. So if it is in green, it is done, and you can close the DAX Studio. And I've closed the DAX Studio now. So we are going to see an overview of performance analyzer. So what is it? Let's go to the Optimize window, and here you have performance analyzer. Click on it, and you may see a tab like this. Just say start recording and refresh the visual. It may take some time. After everything is refreshed, you can scroll down and check. After everything has a duration, you can go and stop here. So you can click stop, and it will become ash in color, so it denotes that it is stopped. and you can go to the down arrow here and you can sort it. Just click sort and go to total time and click OK. So total time is the total time taken to the visual to load. Load the visual. So this is the now the duration is sort by the time it took. Okay, so now I'm going to change this to the descending order. So these are the visuals in my reports that took so much time. So 5 milliseconds. So here we have 5000 milliseconds. So that is around 5.7 seconds. So here the values are in millisecond. You should convert it to the seconds for your better understanding. So now I have a revenue from report for cities. So this is the report, and let's see why it is so much taking so much time. I have a DAX query, visual display, and other. I will explain what is DAX query. So DAX query is nothing but the query which I wrote for this, the report, the visual. So the DAX query is what do you mean? It is producing result in 157 milliseconds. So that is the meaning behind it. So my DAX query is taking some time to produce the result. So that process here it is denoted in the milliseconds. So visual display means this only one visual is taking 3 seconds to load. So that is the meaning. This individual report is taking 3 seconds to load. So that is called visual display. And others are, so you see the others tab here. Not tab, it is an option. So not an option, it is an, so time spent. Yeah. So here you see an other, right? So this other denotes that other visuals taking this much time, and also the background process, some process will run behind the backend, right? So that is denoted other here. So other taking 2 seconds, around 2 seconds. So this is how you evaluate your query performance, your visual performance, and DAX query. And if you have the other performance, you have the other performances taking so much time, you should try to reduce the amount of visuals you have in your data, in your report, or you should remove the unnecessary column in your data set. So basically, if your other performed more time, the other taking more time to load, you should see your data set, semantic model, and also your other visuals. So that is how you should analyze the using performance analyze. And yeah, that's it for the performance analysis. Let's go to the other thing. So before going to other thing, let's clear this. If you do clear this, you can, you will get rid of this, and you can close this, and you can go to the semantic model. So we have semantic model. So next we are going to see about the semantic model performance. So relationship, when it comes to semantic model, the two things are very important in terms of performance. The one is relationship between tables. If you have no proper cardinality, or if you have no proper relationship between the two tables, it will affect your performance in a negative way. So instead of you having one to many, suppose you have mentioned to many to one or many to many, it will take a lot of your performance, and it will not be good for the report. And for columns, so in a data set you may not use every columns, right? So if you have a direct query data set, or you are getting from a SQL database, you have to write proper queries to, you have to use the select statement to select particular columns that you want, and the columns which you don't use, you should not include it into the model. So it will it will increase the performance. And also, if you have, suppose there is, if there is no possibilities to do write a query in the data source itself, what you can do now, you can use Power Query. In that case, you can use Power Query to reduce the columns, or you want to do a basic kind of transformation, you can do it as well. And that is about the semantic model. So these are the things you should see when it comes to semantic models. And let's go to the auto date and time. So auto date and time is a feature in Power BI. The auto date and time option in Power BI creates an hidden calculated table for date column. So it will create an hidden calculated columns which you will not see, which you will not able to see, and it enable only working with the. So if you want to work with the calendar table or a simple time related requirements, in that case you can enable the auto time and date. And in that case also, if you have a dedicated dimension date table, you should not use you need not use that date and time feature. So suppose you are working with time, calendar time, and simple time related requirements. In that case also, if you have a dedicated dimension date table, you no need to on the auto date and time option, and disable the global auto time and date function if you want to permanently cut off from the auto date and time option. So if you don't want that, in that case you can off it only for the current file. So I will show an example. So you can go to the file and open an option and settings and go to the options. So it is taking some time, I don't know why. Yeah, so in global you can see the data load, and if you scroll down you can see the time intelligence, and you will be in your report it will be like in an enabled state. You can go to here and you can uncheck this and click OK. And this is, if you do like this, it will not it will not enable your time and date and time, auto date and time, to any other Power BI files or any other data set you import. So if you want if you don't want that, suppose if you may have not a proper or a dedicated date table, in that case, date dimension table, in that case you can use this. So suppose if you have the date and time table, dedicated date dimension table, in that case you can go to the current file and you can see again data load, and you can off the auto date and time only for that file. So the global here it is the global option here. Anything you do in the global settings, it will affect entire Power BI data set or report that you are going to create in the future also. Suppose you don't want that, in that case you can go to the current file and enable or disable only for the current file. So this is the simple explanation behind it, and I can say okay. So yeah, that's it I had for this video. And if you are an expert watching my video and find any mistakes or miscommunication, please let me know in the comment section. I'm open to learn from your video. Thank you.